Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today topic is fuel cells. In this we are going to discuss H2O2 fuel cell and methanol-air fuel cell. This is the ninth video in electrochemistry series. You can watch all my previous videos in my YouTube channel, the link provided in the description. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about H2O2 and methanol-air fuel cell, and also why these cells are called fuel cells and why they is termed as flow batteries. So is fuel cells are rechargeable batteries or not? Which cell is called green fuel cell and why? And which fuel cell is economically best one? These all will be answered in this session. So fuel cells are flow batteries. So why we have to call fuel cells are flow batteries? We have a classification of batteries: primary, secondary, and tertiary. And fuels batteries. So primary and secondary batteries having chemicals in it. So the chemical energy present in the primary and secondary batteries are converting into electrical energy. They produces electrical energy by using chemicals. In fuel cells also there is a chemicals, but that chemicals are fuels. We know all fuels are chemicals, but all chemicals are not fuels. Okay, so all fuels, that means if you take any fuel, kerosene, petrol, diesel, naphthalene, natural gas, hydrogen gas, whatever it is, all are fuels, but they are chemicals. So instead of chemicals, we are using fuels in the fuel cells. That's why here fuel energy is converting into electrical energy. That's why these cells are called fuel cells. And next one is flow batteries. In primary and secondary batteries, chemicals are stored within the battery. That means the chemical energy present in the battery converting into electrical energy. But in flow batteries, chemicals are not stored within the battery. They are continuously flowing from outside to inside the battery, and that fuel energy is converting into electrical energy. That's why these are called flow batteries. So here we are using, instead of chemicals, we are using fuels. That's why it is called fuel cell. Here fuels are not stored in the battery. They should be flow from outside into the battery continuously. That's why it is called flow battery. So advantage of fuel cells here, they have high efficiency, low noise levels, free from vibrations, heat transfer, thermal pollution, having built wide range of power requirements. So they produces very less noise, and they also produces very less toxic gases during the production of electricity, and having high efficiency. So if you see the H2O2 fuel cell, it is also called green fuel cell. I will explain why it is called green fuel cell. So first of all, see the construction of H2O2 fuel cell. So it has a two electrodes, just like all electrochemical cells, all batteries. H2O2 fuel cell also having anodes and anode, cathode, and electrolyte. Here, anode and cathode are both made by graphite rods, porous graphite rods. So porous nature is because they should absorb the fuels which are flowing from outside. We have to flow H2 gas from one end, and we have to flow O2 gas from one end. So when the H2 or O2 gas approaches to electrodes, these electrodes are first absorb that H2 and O2 gas, then the fuel energy should be converting into electrical energy. For better absorption purpose, we need to coat this porous carbon with platinum, palladium, or silver nanoparticles. When we apply some nanoparticle coating, its ability to absorb the gases increases. For better absorbing rate, we need to coat with nanoparticles like platinum, palladium, and Az. So here KOH or NaOH solution used as electrolyte. So one electrode, one cathode, sorry, one anode, one cathode, and one electrolyte. Anode is carbon rod, cathode is also carbon rod. Both are porous nature, both are coated with platinum, palladium, and Az. KOH is the solution, electrolyte. Here what happening? So we are using fuel plus oxygen. Oxygen is O2. O2 is called oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the others. When the fuel interact with the O2, fuel will undergo oxidation. So oxidation means it releasing electrons. Oxidizing agent mean oxidizing agent oxidizes the others, itself undergo reduction. That's why it accepting electron. Fuel involved in oxidation releases electron. Oxygen O2 gas involved in reduction, it accept electrons. So finally we get a oxidation products. We get a oxidation products and electricity. So electricity is the final output of this cell. So you can see here one graphite rod, porous graphite rod act as a anode. This is the one graphite rod. Another one is the another graphite rod act as cathode. With one side we need to flow the hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas we will flow here. Now hydrogen gas absorbed by the here total hydrogen gas is absorbed by the anode and total oxygen gas is absorbed by the cathode. Here, sorry. So here oxygen gas is absorbed on the cathode rod. So now KOH is there, OH minus or KOH. Now H2 interact with the OH minus and produces electrons, and that electrons moves from anode to cathode. Here O2 is there, O2 accepts that electrons and finally produces electricity. That electricity here we can see here. So you can see the redox reaction. Redox reaction is nothing but oxidation and reduction reaction. Oxidation always takes place at anode. Here anode is hydrogen adsorbed carbon rod. Carbon rod is not a anode. Carbon rod is just used for the adsorption purpose. Here hydrogen gas involved in the oxidation process. Remember it? Carbon is a inert electrode. It's not involved in reaction. Only the hydrogen gas adsorbed on the carbon rod involved in the oxidation. So hydrogen gas 2H2 interacts with the OH minus ions and it produces 4 H2O molecules and 4 electrons. So now 4 electrons are moved through the anode to cathodic side and water molecules are moved through the electrolytic solution. Okay, so now water molecules approaches to O2 and electrons approaches through the external wire. So now O2 interact with that water molecule and 4 electrons and produces the 4 OH minus ions. If you combine these two reactions, so 4 electrons and 4 electrons are cancelled. So 4 water molecule, just 2 water molecule cancelled. So again here 2 is there. So if you combine this reaction, 2H2 plus 2O2 gives 2H2O plus electricity. Electricity is because of electrons moving from anode to cathode. So it produces the electricity. So in this cell you are using hydrogen gas and O2 and you are producing water molecule plus electricity. This cell doesn't producing any pollutant gases. It's not producing any pollutant gases. So only electricity and water. It producing only water. It is not a toxic at all. So this fuel cell is called green fuel cell. It doesn't create any environmental problem. That's why it is called green fuel cell. So this is the construction and working of the H2O2 fuel cell. So finally what happening here? Fuels interact with the oxygen, so in producing oxidizing products plus electricity. This is the H2O2 fuel cell. If you see the methanol-air fuel cell, the construction is same like H2O2 fuel cell. Instead of passing a hydrogen gas, we are passing methanol from one side. So here H is small letter. It is should be wrong. H is should be in capital. So H here. Okay, methanol air fuel cell. So methanol, instead of hydrogen gas, we are passing methanol at the anodic side. So the only that change. Another one is KOH is the electrolyting H2O2 fuel cell. Here H2O act as an electrolyte here. H2O act as an electrolyte. So the remaining all are same. So here methanol interact with the oxygen producing oxidizing products plus electricity. So here also both porous carbon rods act as anode and cathode. So both are coated with the platinum, palladium, gold or silver for the better adsorption properties. Okay. If you see the reactions at anode, oxidation takes place at anode carbon rod, methanol is adsorbed. So this adsorbed methanol interact with the water so and produces the CO2 gas and 6 hydronium ions plus 6 electrons. These 6 electrons are moved from the, so see here, so you can see here, the 6 electrons produced by the methanol moving from the anode to cathode through the external wire. So electrons are reached to cathode. At cathode, oxygen gas is there. Okay, and again this anode producing CO2 gas, CO2 gas and H plus ions. This H plus ions also moves from the electrolyte water molecule to the cathode. This H plus ions also move to here. Now, so at cathode, O2 gas is adsorbed. Electrons are coming from the external wire. H plus ions are coming from the electrolyte. So H plus ions is there, electrons is there, and oxygen gas is there. So these three are combined each other and produces 3 water molecule. Why should we take 3 by 2 O2 here? If you see here, it produces 6 electrons. So 6 electrons equivalent oxygens we required. One oxygen atom can able to accept 2 electron. Oxygen can be converting into O minus 2. So we needed 3 oxygen atoms, not molecules. Each molecule contains 2 oxygen atoms. That's why we are taking 3 by 2 O2. 3 by 2 into 2 equal to 3 oxygens. 3 oxygen can able to consume 6 electrons. That's why we taking this reaction like to balancing this reaction we are taking like this only. You can also multiply with 2 over overall reaction. You will get also proper reaction. No problem. But it is enough. So CO2 and H2O. In this reaction, it producing CO2 along with electricity. It producing electricity but also producing CO2. CO2 is not a safest gas. It is a pollutant gas. That's why it is not called as a green fuel cell. If anyone asks what is a green fuel cell, you need to answer as H2O2 fuel cell, not methanol air fuel cell. Methanol air fuel cell producing CO2 gas. It is the environmental, it creates the problem to environment. That's why it is not a green fuel cell. And next question is, which fuel cell is economical? Which fuel cell is economical? If you observe the H2O2 fuel cell, H2 and O2, when one H2 molecule producing, two H2 molecule producing 4 electrons. So two H2 molecule producing 4 electrons. So that means 1 mole of hydrogen gas producing 2 electrons. So one hydrogen gas, one atom, one molecule of hydrogen gas producing 2 electrons. If you observe the methanol O2 fuel cell, one methanol producing 6 electrons. That means it producing more electron producing means it producing more electricity. So economically, methanol O2, methanol air or methanol O2 fuel cell is good, and also the cost of methanol is very cheap than the hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is expensive gas. Compared to hydrogen gas, methanol cost is very less. But the thing is, it producing CO2. It producing CO2. That is the only problem. So economically, methanol O2 fuel cell is good. Environmentally, H2O2 fuel cell is good. These are the applications of H2O2 fuel cell and methanol O2 fuel cell. This is the topic for today, and by this video I am concluding the electrochemistry chapter. So totally 9 videos in the electrochemistry. You can all watch in my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can post comment, I will reply, and if it is necessary I will make another video for the electrochemistry. Thank you being with me.